What's going on, friends? Just came back from a clay shoot and trying to get all my stuff put away. I had to hit the stores though, and I actually found some really neat deals just picking up groceries on the way to the house. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to share some of the things I found and also some products I've tried that were generic that surprised me in a good way and some that surprised me in a bad way. But I will be right back and we're gonna look at what it was I found in the stores. Howdy gang, thanks for coming to check out the video. This is a follow-up video to the one I did previously about some of the shopping finds I found, and also a follow-up to the video of how I go through my inventory. If you have not seen that, check out that video. I basically go systemically through my freezer in one video. I go systemically through the different types of canned and stored foods, and you know, this is the kind of stuff that we need to do as preppers, right? Because there's a very defined line between having a rotating inventory and being in a preparedness state and having a cluster and being a hoarder. Okay, preppers get accused of being hoarders a lot. The truth of the matter is we inventory and stockpile. That's the way we should be doing it. Too much inventory is your enemy. If you can't keep track of it, you don't know what it is. So, with no further ado, I just came in from a clay shoot, which is why I look a little sunburned probably right here. And I've already poured a rum and coke because I just needed one to like get sugar and booze in me. Because you don't drink when you're shooting. That's a negative idea. But in any case, let's go with what we found. Well, first of all, I got invited to a conference. It was actually a presentation and they were handing these out. And I was like, well, what the hell is that? I got a triangle bag. But in reality, it's actually a pretty nifty first aid emergency roadside kit. So it's a reflective little triangle. I don't know if it will reflect very well on this light. Apparently not. So it's a reflective triangle, which doesn't reflect. But inside, which is really cool, it comes with a bunch of goodies. I thought it was just another one of those stupid packs, but they had some stuff in here I was not expecting. So, as usual, they have the typical gloves, and they had a little funnel, which I guess would make sense if you're trying to, you know, pour fluids into a vehicle. Of course, the ever-present jumper cables, and you never realize how appreciative you are of jumper cables till you need some. Came with an emergency blanket, obviously not a high-end product, but definitely a smart thing. But then, it came with this. Oh, it's a flashlight, huh? So it came with a flashlight. The retail price of this, I have no clue. I'm assuming it's not much. This is not an awesome flashlight, but this is what was in the triangle bag. And actually has all the fundamentals. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to prepping and you don't have at least a basic roadside emergency kit, get one. Okay, I think these probably run about 20, 30 bucks, depending on where you buy them. Now, one thing I did get surprised by, and it has a stupid, damn it, it has another triangle. Oh, that's cool. I never got one with double triangles. Okay, so 2 triangles. And it came with batteries. Comes with the tire gauge. But it came with a fuel siphon. How many of you have thought of that? Like, holy crap. I need to get fuel and the zombies are after me, and oh look, there's a, you know, abandoned vehicle and you can foop 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 and get the gas out. By the way, foop foop is not the official sound of siphoning gas, and do not siphon gas from other people's cars. Okay, this is for emergencies, not for being an asshole, so don't do that. Just making that clear for the mods. Well, the mods, my mods know better, but you know, for the Google Cossacks that may be watching me and going, hey, you're telling them to commit felonies. In any case, all comes in this handy dandy little bag with the flashlight. Apparently has batteries, which is neat. I didn't see those, and some gloves. And you fold it all up. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're gonna do a very basic roadside kit for like your teenager, grab one of these. It did not have the brand. It has the name of the company on it, which really doesn't help. but you can probably find them around, a little roadside kit. But it's small, as you can see. It's not very fat. You can probably, it has enough room, you can probably add stuff to it. So you can add maybe a small first aid kit in this little pocket, and you'd be golden. So again, this was the first of the little finds that I had this week. A very cool little contraption. So yes, this was what was in the stupid triangle bag. Who was texting the iPad? That's just annoying. Anyway, okay, moving on. So normally I buy honey at Sam's Club, and I get 2 of these, and these are 2 40-ounce bottles, and they historically run me 10 to 11 bucks. I went this week, they were $20. I shit you not, $19.94 for 2 bottles of honey. This is, by the way, American honey. It's not like it came from, you know, Yugoslavia or something. So let's think about that for a second. I bought this not 5 months ago, 6 months ago. And that's the price increase. So inflation is real, it is not good, and it's gonna hurt all of us. So again, if you can stay ahead of it, if you can get it now on cheaper pricing, get extra so that you don't have to pay later. Again, I've said it before, eat tomorrow on today's pricing. So I wound up buying one of these, clover honey, which is much smaller. And this is close to its size, but smaller. This is a 24 ounce, and I paid $7 for it. So it's about 25 cents an ounce. I calculated it earlier, but still, that's significant. Okay, so for $3 more than this cost me, I used to be able to get this. Okay, this is why people say, get what you need plus one at a minimum when you go shopping. It's not, don't hoard and freak out and fill up your truck with toilet paper and honey and shit. But think ahead and say, okay, this is a product we use frequently. I put it in pancakes, coffee, and mix it into baked stuff. But honey is a universal prep. It lasts forever unless it gets contaminated with something. It'll last, you know. They've opened honey from the Faroes and the shit was still good. So that should tell you something there. So again, lots of expense. The big pack was almost double what I paid not very long ago. Had to go with the smaller one. Okay, and I went with a different brand. So be open to different brands, because if you're not, you can hurt yourself. You reduce your likelihood of being successful if you're not open to at least trying the alternate products. Doesn't mean you have to like them and they're not awesome, but if they serve the purpose, that's what should be important, especially if you're prepping with kids or with elderly who aren't mobile. You know, you got teenagers, you can hit the store with teenagers, give everyone a list and everyone takes off and meet back at the register. You know, old folks in a wheelchair or very little kids, you can't do that. So when you buy, get a little extra. Don't be crazy, but get a little extra and understand the prices have indeed gone up. Speaking of that, so alternative products, everyone knows what this is, you know, the ever-present Spam. This to me is a great treat, and it mixes for breakfast. I've used them for lunch, like a little hoagie roll, kind of like they show it here. Not the best stuff, but it works. It fits the bill. Although some of my fellow creators would argue that they'll die before they eat this stuff. But I found the generic version, right? It's called chopped ham. This is the HEB version. And I'm like, well, shit, Spam is Spam. I thought this was kind of generic as it was. So I went and got one of these, and I actually opened the other one. It is not Spam. Oh, it is minus Spam. It is Spam -5. It's edible. I sauteed the crap out of it until I basically made it almost bacon. And then it was okay. Now, can you eat it? Yes. Will it kill you? No. Will you like it? No. Now, I saved $1 or whatever, 50 cents, buying this over this. I went back to this. So I'm picking this up next time. If it was much cheaper than I got it for, I'd say, okay, maybe so, but no. This is not even Spam. It's not Vienna sausage. It's substance. Here's your meat product. You know, it has like chicken lips and pork ass and anyway, you think if you don't like spam, that's worse. So I don't endorse that particular product, but I have a couple of them anyway. I bought them, so I'll find the use for them eventually. But yeah, it's not like nice slice, and it doesn't slice well either. It's really janky. So anyway, so again, just a heads up, I'm not a fan of that, and the money I saved was not worth the loss of quality. So anyway, moving on to the next one. I normally get Aunt Jemima, and then they became Pearl Milling, which I think is sad because the lady who was the model for Aunt Jemima was their spokesperson for years in the post-Civil War era and, you know, the early industrial era. And she was one of the first African-American women who became a millionaire. She did very well. I mean, she became educated and, you know, she moved on from a family that supposedly was in slavery. So I would have thought they'd dedicate something to her and say like, wow, you know, this lady's great. Look what she did. But I guess it became political, so the company took it off. And I said, well, that sucks. And, you know, let me see if I find another product because that's just silly. I didn't want drama, and also with all the boxes being taken off the shelves so they can change the little logo and take the little 80 off, I couldn't find it. So I started trying other pancake mixes, and I found this one. This is one of the H-E-B brands. For those of you not in Texas, the Krusteaz is not bad. It's a little less quality than this, but you get a big quantity because they make it in bulk. So I like that. Anyway, this is the original pancake and waffle mix. Now, one important thing, you notice that says just add water, right? There are a lot of pancake batters out there that you need oil and egg and milk. You can still make the pancake without it, but it tastes janky. Always look for that. That's important because now this is one product plus water equals food, and not one product plus 3 other products equals food. Important thing to remember, you want to simplify your cooking in an emergency, right? You don't want to have to look for 20 different ingredients. You want 3 ingredients, bam, 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 and there's a meal, done. So this is add water, pancakes occur, or waffles, depending on what you're making. If you mix them a little bit differently, actually on the back, oh, it doesn't show it here. If you mix them and instead of bake, you can bake them, if you make it thicker and throw a little, I think you have to throw a little bit of milk in there or something, but if you make the batter really thick and you make little browns of it, you can actually make like a biscuit out of pancake mix. I'm gonna try to do that in another video, but yeah, just add water, very simple, has everything in the powder. So again, simplify, and I got more product and saved $1 off the Aunt Jemima, so I was okay with it. Also, they add a little bit of protein and some iron and calcium, so you get extra vitamins. Remember, when your diet's not normal in an emergency, you're gonna deplete your body stores, so important. Another thing I do, I like to use sliced jalapenos. I really should be growing my own, haven't gotten there yet. But I get them in the jar, but the jar's expensive, right? It's sliced jalapenos in a jar in their vinegar or whatever their dip is. I found these things for 1/3 the price, and lo and behold, I'm going the wrong way here. Lo and behold, the shelf life is phenomenal because they're in a sealed can. They're not gonna spoil the way some tomato-based stuff does, just because anything that goes in here gets jalapenoed and dies. But I'm using these to refill the jar of jalapenos. So look for canned substitutes for some of the stuff you find in jars from the store, and then you can refill the jar using the cans. Because once you open the can, obviously it's compromised, right? It's exposed. But I will just backfill that jar of jalapeno, sliced jalapeno, with these little jars, and I've had the same jar in there, and then when I run out, I just grab another can and dump it in there. It does come with juices. Be careful when you open it, because we've already had one family member do the wrong thing and spray themselves with it. So a few things to think about, right? Substitute products, such as this, for the old Aunt Jemima, now Pearl Milling. This was good. This should be pretty much the same, but I'm getting less per dollar, so this was kind of a bit painful. Try this versus this, save maybe $1. This was awful. I'll use it eventually, not high on my list. Like I said, you don't like spam, you definitely will not like this. And if you do like spam, you won't like this either. So, just saying. And then, of course, refill jars. Use those canned goods to refill other products. So that's kind of the small stuff I found. Plus, of course, my little triangle kit from the speech I attended, which was pretty neat. Remember, get your kids, your teenagers, as they start driving, make sure at the very least they have a roadside emergency kit with a flashlight, gloves, and a triangle so they don't get hit on the side of the road. But definitely, I think do a get-home bag for your kids. And I did one for my son, which he pulled apart and made basically a baby bug-out bag. So I'll have to go through that another day. Last thing for saving money before I leave. When we open pasta, we open coffee. We went from a family of 5 to a family of 2 in the house very quickly when we reload because the kids all moved out and one deployed. So I'm terrible. I'll open a pound of pasta, but 2 of us can't eat a pound, right? We'll die. So I make half a pound and then I have all these cardboard boxes. So what I did, I had some extra mason jars and I got the ball canning lid. It's the leak-proof lid, sorry. These are plastic. I got 8 of them for $6 or something. And I just wash out a mason jar in the dishwasher. Take this guy and this is intermediate storage. So this is a product that's not in a long-term prep anymore. It's been opened, I'm gonna use it, but I can't use all of it right now. So this keeps, at the very least, keeps critters out. I don't take a vacuum on it, but guys, little inventions like this, these little screw-on lids, they work out great, and it is leak-proof. I've filled liquid in here, and it didn't come out. So another thing, coffee. I open coffee and I have that little container there. I couldn't fit all of it in there. I don't want to throw it out, and I don't want it all over the counter, so I put it in here. And this is neat because it stores nicely. I could probably put an O2 absorber in there if I wanted to and put the real lid and seal it, but again, with ground coffee that was fresh ground from the beans at the store, has oil, so it will go rancid a lot faster than instant coffee. So vacuum sealing it is just extra work that really doesn't benefit. So use these little lids, guys. So, those are just some of the pointers for shopping I picked up recently. Again, check the alternatives. Remember, price per unit, per ounce, whatever, is going up. I'm getting a lot less. So if I multiplied this by 2 for $12, I get 48 ounces for what I used to get 80 ounces. This is literally 5 pounds of honey. Now I'm getting a quarter of this, not even half of this with this. So it is what it is, guys. But look for those alternative products. Try them now. While a product's available, try it, see if you like it. If you don't like it, don't get it again. If someone in the house likes it, maybe you don't, but the kids do, get it for the kids. Make them pancakes with that stuff and you eat something else in the morning. Also, find canned goods that you can pour into a more easily dispensable container. Not awesome. And again, intermediate storage. Not long-term, not near-term. It's in active use, but protected from the elements. I'll probably go through this in the next month, so it's irrelevant. Same here. So use those. You don't have to vacuum seal. This is because this will get used soon. So folks, look, try to save that money. Try to look for those extra goodies out there. Otherwise, we're going to get killed. This inflation's awful. Everything's going up double digits. It's already up double digits. It's going to get worse. The fuel forecasters right now are saying it's going to continue. We're going to battle this for a while. So guys, until next time, thank you for joining me. By all means, don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment below. If you have any technical questions, I'll be happy to try and answer them. And by all means, help each other out if you can. Try new products and see what will be a substitute. May not be what you want, but if it fits the bill and it functionally works, you may need to be open to it. Until next time, God bless, Godspeed, and I will see you all later. Take care.